Today is Thursday, May 26, 2022. It's 11:27 a.m. I'm calling the criminals at INTOXALOCK. I just left a message for a management team at the phone number 515-204-2573. I've got another management team number of 515-461-2253. And that's what I'm calling now. I don't know who these people are.
Thank you for calling INTOXALOCK. Press 1 for English or press 2 for Spanish. Your call may be monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes.
Good.
Please hold while I look up your account. Okay, now let's make sure we have the right account. Please enter your date of birth. For example, if your date of birth is June 9th, your account has a balance due of $56.17. The last payment received was for $59.17 on Monday, May 16th. Your calibration date is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. Your lease agreement needs to be signed. To repeat this information, press star. Are you calling about your unsigned lease?
No.
If yes, press 1. Otherwise, press pound. For billing, press 1. For calibration, press 2. For lockout, press 3. For vehicle maintenance, press 4. For something else, press 5. For removal, press 1. For troubleshooting, press 2. For lease, press 3. To return to the main menu, press pound.
I don't know.
For removal,
Can't get a hold of anybody.
If you are experiencing trouble with your equipment, press 1.
No.
If you have general questions about your account, press 2. To return to the main menu,
This is no good. This number's no
many
good.
of your questions can be answered through our extensive documentation.
This number's
If you
no
would
good.
like to receive information about frequently asked questions, press 1. If you have general questions about your account, press 2. Did you know INTOXALOCK has a mobile app?
Who cares?
Skip the wait and find the answers to your questions in our app's extensive knowledge library. To receive an email and or text with a link to download our mobile app,
This is just
press
a
1.
general
If not,
number.
press 2. One moment while we connect you with a customer service representative. Your feedback is appreciated. Please stay on the line after your call for a brief survey.
Hi, you're speaking with Sharon from INTOXALOCK. May I verify your first and last name?
What's your name again, ma'am?
Sharon.
Salon, how do I spell that?
S-H-A-R-O-N.
S-H-R-O-N, Saran?
Yes.
Okay. Saran, I've had massive problems with your company. I need to speak to the customer advocacy department, and I specifically Alex Killam.
Okay. What happened is we are sorry for an inconvenience. We won't be able to transfer your call to a specific person.
I need customer advocacy. This is in regarding to a massive problem that I've had with your company. I submitted a 30-page document to Alex Kilman, your customer advocacy department, a week ago, and I need a response. You owe me $550 in miscellaneous charges, and I haven't been reimbursed whatsoever.
So I don't understand.
I need to speak to somebody. You owe me $550, and you're trying to take up another payment tomorrow, and I have to stop it because you are not allowed to take any more money out of my bank account. I need to speak to a supervisor in customer advocacy.
I would be happy to help you with that, but I would request you to please listen to me. All right? So you need to send us the receipt.
I can't even understand you. What are you saying?
So you need to send us the receipt, all right? Because the receipt
ma'am, I need to speak to a supervisor. I can't even understand you. Please put me through to a supervisor.
I do understand your concern, but right now the supervisors are in the meeting. If you want to talk to them, you need to call us back.
What are you talking about?
Right,
Call back.
with it.
I can't even understand you, ma'am. I've got a massive problem that's gone on since your vehicle, your equipment failed last July, and took a picture of me when I was out of my car for over 15 minutes. I lost my license for 3 months, and because your equipment failed. And then the equipment kept failing, and it failed again in November. I had to have my vehicle towed, and Alex Killam promised to pay the tow bill, and never paid it. Then your company took out 3 payments in January instead of 2. You owe me for that, and then you owe me for 2 miscellaneous lockouts that are in error. So that's $500 plus your equipment failed for 16 days, and I had to have it towed again, and I wasn't able to use my vehicle for 16 days. That now I'm getting notice that you owe me $560, and I'm getting notices that you're telling me that you're taking out another payment tomorrow, and I refuse to allow it. I'm going to have to call my bank and have them stop it, because you people, I need to speak to a supervisor because you people are cheating me. I sent a 30-page document yesterday or a week ago explaining everything. You've got a copy of it because I got an acknowledgement. I need to speak to a supervisor. Is that clear enough?
I do understand your concern, but right now the supervisors are busy in a meeting. Let me see what I can do for you, okay? I can transfer your call to an account specialist.
Put me through to anybody in authority. There's got to be somebody in authority. You do this on purpose to steal money from people. You make it you steal money from people and then make it impossible to get a hold of anybody. You owe me $550. I'm not paying you any more money.
Thank you so much for your patience. I'll be transferring call to an account specialist. All right? Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Your feedback.
No, it won't be.
Thank you for calling. My name is Michelle, and I'll be assisting you here today. Richard, it looks like you're calling in for general questions, correct?
What's your name, Michelle?
Yep.
Okay. No, I need to speak to Alex Killam in the Customer Advocacy Department. I've got an ongoing problem that's just gotten worse. I've gotten your company equipment failed in June, and I lost my license for 3 months because your junk equipment failed. And took a picture of me when I wasn't in the vehicle, and you refused to replace the equipment. Then my vehicle, your equipment failed again in November. I had it towed again, and you told me your supervisor said you were going to replace the equipment. When I got there, no one replaced the equipment. So then it failed again. It just failed again. It failed again in April and just died on me for 16 days. You finally had to tow it again, and then you finally replaced your junk equipment that failed for a year, and now you owe me $550, and I'm getting notices that you're taking out $59 tomorrow, and I refuse to allow you to take it out of my bank account. This is bank fraud.
Give me one moment here. I'm going to transfer to escalation, sir.
Good.
Give me 1 second.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your feedback is.
Won't be appreciated.
Hello, my name is Zaida. May I have your first and last name, please?
Is this Saren? Is this the same person that I just talked to?
No, my name is Zaida.
How do I spell that?
It's C as in zebra, A-I-D.
Wait. C as in what? Z as in zebra?
Zebra.
Okay.
Yep.
What?
Zebra, Sue.
Wait, zebra what?
A-I-D-A.
A-I-D-A, Zaida. Is that what you're saying it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I need to speak to Alex. I need to speak to Alex Killam in the Customer Advocacy Department.
Yeah, I don't have a way to transfer you to Alex. May I have your first and last name, please? And how can I help you, Richard?
Didn't I just tell you? I've got massive problems, ma'am. Your equipment. You owe me $550. Your equipment failed 2 times. I lost my license 1 time, and the second time I've got a warrant out for my arrest because I missed court because your equipment failed for 16 days, and you couldn't get you finally replaced your junk equipment, and now I've got massive problems. You owe me $550 in claims that I keep sending over and over again. I sent you a 30-page document that you received a week ago that explained everything. I need somebody to go into that account, Zaida, and get that document that I sent you that explains everything, so I don't have to go over and over and over again. And the reason that you people do this, you make it impossible to communicate with your company because you cheat people. You took 3 payments out of my account in January. You owe me for that. You took it out. You did that again in last June. That's theft. That's bank theft. How is it that a company that big can make so many mistakes? How come it is that you're telling me that you're going to? Alex Hill told me that he was going to pay me for the tow in November. No one paid for it. You didn't do anything in November. My car failed. I had to have it towed, and they told your supervisor, tech supervisor Derek, promised that he was going to have all new equipment waiting for me when I got it towed there. And so I had it towed in November. I think it was November 29th. I had it towed to the service center. They didn't know anything. They said, we don't have equipment here. We said, we don't double check. We don't do full inspections on their equipment. And he said, all we can do is charge up my battery. All he did was charge up my battery again, and I paid all that money for that tow for your supervisor Derek promised me that you were going to replace your equipment. So then your equipment failed again on April 11th, and I didn't get you people didn't get it started. You finally decided that you were going to replace the equipment, but you didn't get that done until April 26th. So I went 16 days without service that you're trying to bill me for. And then you're trying to take a payment out tomorrow, and you owe me $550. I do not allow you to take a payment out. You have to stop that payment. You should have stopped that. You should have stopped all these payments that you've charged me and this has just gotten over and over and over again. I've had this fully documented. That's why I need to speak to somebody in the customer advocacy department, specifically Alex Killen, because he's known this account. He's the only one that knows this account as well as anybody in your company, and he seems like a halfway decent person. And I'm tired of dealing with slime balls that steal money and think it's funny.
Okay, so Richard, give me a moment so I can take a look at your account. 1 second, please. Thank you so much for holding, Richard. When I look at your account...
Ma'am, I don't want to discuss it with you. I don't want to discuss it with you. You don't know anything about it. I need to speak to Alex Kilman that knows all about it. I don't want to discuss it with you. I've had nothing but problems with your company. I need to speak to your supervisor. I'm tired of dealing with your company. I've concluded my 12-month contract with the state on February 22nd, 2022, and I've been trying to get your device deinstalled ever since, and it's been a joke. I can't do it. You sent me closing paperwork to send to the state, and I'm missing pages from it. I've asked people over and over again to resend it, and you refuse to do it.
I'm sorry, to resend what?
I need to speak to it. You can't even understand me, ma'am. I need to speak to us.
Well,
I want to talk to customer advocacy. Stop wasting my time. I asked you for my closing paperwork on 2/22. My contract ended with the state on February 22nd, 2022. I called and asked for the closing paperwork. You sent it to me on 3/26/22, and it's missing pages. And then I looked at it because you're missing pages. And then I've called 2 or 3 times. Then I spoke with. I'm not going through this over and over again. I spoke to a lady that guaranteed that she was going to send me new paperwork from the state, and never did it. Ma'am, this has been sitting. I should have been able to send this 2 months ago, and you people are purposely jerking me around. You do this on purpose. That's why what they do is you make it impossible to speak to anybody, and you sit people on the hold forever, and then you just steal their money. No one knows anything. I sent you a 30-page document, a week ago. If you can't access that, then I can't. I'm not wasting time explaining it over and over again. Put me through to a supervisor. I don't want to explain it to you again.
So, sir, I cannot transfer you to anybody else. The problem here is that you're talking about so many things all at the same time.
That's not my problem. I sent you a document a week ago. Get it?
I don't see we got a document a week ago. Where did you send it to?
I sent it to customer advocacy, and then I also sent it to customer advocacy, and then I got to look for that. Ma'am, I need to speak to a supervisor.
Sir, you are talking to someone that's part of the leadership team. Then give me an email address and I'll send it again. You have no. But that doesn't come to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am.
That doesn't come to me directly.
Stop wasting my time, ma'am. Do you see my car being towed in November?
Let's see here.
Ma'am, why do I have to explain this over and over again? That's why you people make it impossible for a customer to get anything done. I need to speak to Alex Killam from your customer advocacy department. I need to speak to them, not you. I don't want to explain this over and over again. I don't care that you can't find it. It's not my problem. I sent it to him. I sent a copy of a 30-page document to him. I don't want to explain it to you. It's not my problem that you can't access it. So you're not any supervisor that can help me, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So if you don't want to talk to me, the only thing I can do is to send a message to Alex to see if he can give you a call back. But I'm not going to make any promises.
Then forget it, ma'am. I need to speak. Then send me that. Do that right now. Do that right now, because I'll spend as much time as it takes to so you can't say that I failed to comply. Send whatever it takes to Alex Killam right now, and then I'll waste all my time trying to explain it to you, because I know you won't help me. I've probably talked to you already. I've talked to so many people, and you people get nothing done. You made me lose my your vehicle, your equipment failed in July of last year. Took a picture of me when I wasn't even in the vehicle, and I lost my license for 3 months. How is that my fault? Then I demanded that you replace your defective equipment, and you refused. And the thing failed again in November, and your customer advocacy department, I'm sorry, your tech support supervisor Derek promised me that if I only have my equipment, if I only have my car towed, that they would replace the equipment. That was in November, and you didn't replace the equipment. Do you see that?
Okay, Richard. As I said, sir, I said, if you want us to discuss, you need to talk about one thing at a time, so I can look it up in your report.
Ma'am, it's one thing after another. It started out when
I understand.
Okay,
I understand, but you're very upset, and that's why you're kind of hard to follow.
It's not,
so
ma'am.
It's send a message to
Alex Killam or anybody in customer advocacy that knows all about it. He knows I sent the document to him.
Richard, there's not going to be one person that is going to know about all these.
That's because your company,
ma'am.
That's because your company does that purposely to sabotage people to get nothing done.
Ma'am,
ma'am,
that is incorrect.
You don't know anything.
We have 100,000 customers.
Yeah.
It's impossible for anybody to know every single detail for every single customer. As I said.
That's why
I sent a message to Alex to see if they can call.
No, they have to call me back.
But other than that, unless you're a little patient and we discuss each issue at a time, so I can go and find what happened.
Okay.
Then you're going to have to wait to see if Alex can call you back.
No, start out with this, Zaida. Do not take a payment tomorrow. You're automatically taking.
I cannot do that.
Then how are you helping me?
There's not a way to stop the payments.
You can't. You're stealing. And I'm gonna have to call my bank and try to stop it. You can't do this to me. You can't owe me $550 and take more money out from me. It's one thing after another.
But sir, we don't have the ability to do that. The system doesn't allow it.
No, I understand. That's because you make it impossible to stop people from stealing my money. You took out three.
As I said,
ma'am, you took out.
Nobody here
has
the ability to do that.
Then I need to speak to somebody that can. That's the customer advocacy department.
Nobody can, Richard. Nobody can.
Nobody can what?
Nobody can. I'm trying to tell you.
Nobody can what?
Stop a payment. Stop a payment.
If you would have responded to me a week ago, this wouldn't have happened. You people just keep doing that to me. And you took a payment out. You took out 3 payments in January. Do you see that?
But sir, when you
just answer the question, did you see?
Can
you see it?
Ma'am,
stop talking.
Stop.
Ma'am, look.
Sir, you're asking me a question, so I'm trying to answer the question for you.
You took 3 payments instead of 2.
You are never going to see that payments are stopped. You're never going to see that.
You took.
If you granted credit, we'll put a credit in your account.
You didn't do it. And you also took out 3 payments last June. You didn't put a credit back then either. That's the problem. You took out 3 payments. That's bank fraud. Do you see that? Last June.
Sir, as I said, we're not going to stop payments. Normally what you will get is a credit.
I didn't get the credit.
I understand. As I said, there's many issues that you're trying to discuss all at the same time.
That's not my
problem. If you don't want to discuss them with me, that's fine. If you don't want to do that, so then you're going to have to wait to see if Alex can give you a call.
No, it's not. It's if I want this done now. I typed out a 30-page document and sent it to your company that explains everything, and you people can't find it. You make it impossible. Ma'am.
Richard, Richard, I don't have the ability to transfer you to Alex. So this is not going to speak.
No, this is going to go no place. No. I'll speak to anybody,
But I asked you several times for us to discuss one issue at a time, and you don't want to do that.
You don't. Okay, what issues do you want to start with?
You can pick the subject yourself.
Your equipment failed. Your equipment was defective, and it took a picture of me in July, and I lost my license for 3 months. I fought it because your equipment failed. I wasn't even in the vehicle. So I got my license back, and Your equipment, you had me tow it to your you had it towed. You had it towed in September. The equipment failed in July. You had it towed in. You had it towed. Wait, stop. Let me.
Sir, I'm sorry, but sir, you need to slow down a little bit because I have to go look to the specific.
You're not going to.
That's what you're telling me with that.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, fine.
Okay. So you said the equipment failed back in July. Look at your history. In July of last year.
It was July 31st.
Okay.
It failed and took a picture of me when I wasn't even in the vehicle. Your equipment failed all that day. I had documents to prove it.
But okay, so sir, I'm not too sure why you're saying that it failed and took a picture of you not being in the vehicle.
I don't understand what you don't understand. Your equipment failed.
Okay, so I am on July of last year.
July 31st.
And yeah, so let's see.
What? Yeah.
So it looks like you called on August 2nd saying that the equipment failed. Now, that you got a lockout for a missed rolling test.
Like I told you, the equipment failed. The equipment failed and took a picture of.
Okay, so a missed rolling test doesn't mean that the equipment failed.
Ma'am, you don't have you don't have to do that. Just let me explain what happened. Your equipment failed. It took a picture of me. The logs show that it was failing all that day, and it took a picture of me when I was out of the vehicle. You sent it to the state of Michigan. The state of Michigan revoked my license, and so I had to get a hearing. It took me 3 months to get my hearing, and the judge took one look at it. You can't. I didn't miss anything because I was out of the vehicle. Do you understand that? I was out of the vehicle. So the judge. Let me explain. I don't want to hear it.
Let me explain it to you, Richard. But you need to hear it if you want an answer to your question. The equipment wasn't failing.
Ma'am, I don't want you. I'm not asking you.
Every time that the device asks you to blow, you need to blow. So you're not supposed to leave it either on.
You don't even know what you're talking about. I wasn't in the vehicle. I
do.
You don't.
That's right. I understand, but this is the thing.
I don't want to. I'm not arguing with you.
You turn on your vehicle,
ma'am. That's already been.
If you turn on the vehicle, you need to remain in the vehicle.
I know all about it. You're trying to explain that the equipment didn't fail.
The equipment didn't fail.
It did fail. It did fail.
The equipment did not.
I'm not going through this with you. It's been determined. The equipment failed. I finally had it replaced. I just had it replaced on August 24th, August 26th. You're defective.
Sir, the equipment didn't fail.
Take a look.
If you're not there for the rolling test, it's going to be a missed rolling test.
Ma'am, I'm not arguing with you. Your equipment just got replaced on April 26th. Take a look at that.
But that has nothing to do with a missed rolling test.
I didn't miss it. I wasn't in the vehicle. That's why if I missed a rolling test, ma'am, the secretary took.
If you turn on the vehicle, you need to remain in the vehicle because otherwise the machine is going to ask you for a rolling test.
Ma'am,
you're not going to be there.
Ma'am, here's what happened. I'm not arguing with you. The state wouldn't have given me my license back if I was wrong. Your equipment failed. I'm not arguing with you. Alex Killiman, the customer advocacy department, knows this. I didn't.
Sir,
just stop arguing with me. Stop arguing with me. It did fail. That's why they finally replaced it April 26th of this year. Take a look at that.
Sir.
Take a look at it.
But, sir,
stop
that
talking.
has nothing to do with this.
It has to do with this thing's been failing ever since. The thing failed on November and I had it towed on November 29th. And your tech support supervisor Derek promised that they were going to replace the equipment then. Take a look at that.
Sir, there wasn't nothing wrong with the equipment. I see you turn on the vehicle and left it on.
I did not. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not arguing with you. When, ma'am.
Sir, I'm looking at the picture. I'm looking at the picture.
What picture?
You turned on the vehicle and you left it.
What picture?
So if you leave it on, the machine is going to ask you for a rolling test, and that's why you're not supposed to do that.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're arguing about something that happened a year ago that's already been resolved. Now I'm arguing with this again. Do you understand? Here's what happened. I know exactly what happened. I pulled into I had to go to my cable company. I hit power save. I shut the vehicle off, and when I came back out. I'm driving around. I'm getting an error message. You don't have a copy. You don't have a copy of the log that shows that the thing was failing all that day, and you don't have the pic. How could it take a picture of me when I was out of the car? When I already used power save.
Okay, but that's not the way that it works.
It's not
the way that it works. Is that you need to remain in the vehicle until the device turns off, because otherwise you're going to miss a rolling.
I see
a picture of you when the vehicle was turned on, and you left it on.
I didn't leave it on. What are you talking about? I didn't, ma'am. You're arguing with me. Why did they? I'm not going through this. I'm sitting here arguing.
I'm looking at the data logs from the device.
You're not
arguing with you.
Then take a look. Then take a look at the logs. Take a look at the logs where it said start, stop when I wasn't even in the vehicle. That was all in one day. It did that. And then the thing. This is intermittent. It's intermittent failure of your equipment. Then it did that on. It did it in.
Sir, this is not what happened. I can see clearly that you turned on the vehicle and then you left it. That's why you missed the roll.
Ma'am,
I'm not there.
Ma'am, that's right. No. I don't have time to. You want me to dig out the log? I already found the log where it said, do you have the start stop log where it says it start stop? It did it when I wasn't. It kept doing it on over and over again.
Look, as I said, sir, I'm telling you what I can see here.
Okay, just go past that. You're not looking at the right spot. You don't have everything. You don't have the log. You don't.
I am looking at the log.
Okay, just stop talking
from the device.
Okay, stop.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, stop.
I'm talking about specifically this incident.
That's already been discussed, and it's already been resolved with the state of Michigan. I did nothing. I wasn't in the vehicle. Stop trying to defend your equipment.
Okay, so you told me that you wanted to talk about it, so that's why.
No, you're trying to convince me that I did something wrong. It's already been discussed. That's why you finally let me go through this. Stop talking about that. Okay, here's what happened when I finally got my license back on November 10th. After 3 months that I lost my license, the thing failed. Do you see that? November 10th.
Let me go look. Give me a second.
Are you still on the phone, ma'am?
Okay, so it looks like you called that day saying that you got a sync message.
Right. That was the same problem. The thing, as soon as on November 10th, I got my license back right in the Secretary of State's parking lot. The thing failed, and they made me. They troubleshooted me, and they made me. I didn't have any tools. I had to go walk a half a mile to get tools, and they said disconnect the battery, the negative for 30 seconds and reconnect it. So I did that. So then it worked for a few days. Then it started draining my battery so bad that I couldn't get it resolved. So I was on the phone all day, November 23rd. Take a look at that. Look at how many people I spoke with. And on the 23rd, I spoke to your technical support supervisor, Derek. Derek promised me that he would have all brand new equipment if I would only have it towed. You see that?
Here, give me a second. I'm looking at the data.
Okay.
From November from your device. Okay, so actually I don't see anything unusual on that day. But anyway, okay, so let's see. I see that you called several times. Message. And it says that
I was on the phone.
like
I was on the
phone. You were able to make it work.
On when?
Then you reported vehicle maintenance on the 14th and the 15th. And it looks like you called because you were all upset, and we gave you a credit.
What credit did you give me?
On November the 19th. November 19th. Let's see. Okay, so actually on November you got several credits. You got one for $9, one for $56.17, another one for $56.17, another one for $40.
For what?
Then on the 19th you got one for $63.60.
I don't know what that is.
All those were courtesy credits. Well, they were all courtesy credits in your account.
Okay, well, I don't dispute it. Alex Killen gave me a list that I haven't gone through, but that's not the issues right now. The issues are they trouble.
Okay, so sir, you told me that you wanted to talk about this, so you don't want to talk about this anymore.
No, I do. I want to get you're going through it. Let's keep going. So I had it.
Okay.
So they were on the phone all day. Now that they told me on the 23rd that they had to have it towed to Jeremy's Automotive, and this was your tech supervisor, Derek.
Okay, let me go find those notes. Okay, so on the 23rd, you called several times. You were asking for Alex again. You spoke with a supervisor that told you that you need to make sure that you keep your battery at 12 volts.
I couldn't do it because your equipment was draining it too bad. Your equipment was defective. That's why they finally replaced it. If they would have replaced it right away, this wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have had any more problems.
So it looked like then on the 29th,
right.
You called and you were demanding new equipment.
No, I didn't call. They had it towed. They told me on the 20th. This is on the 23rd. Your tech support supervisor, Derek, told me that if I only had it towed, he promised me there would be brand new equipment. He said that he would order it and it would be there waiting for me. And he said all you got to do is have it towed there, and I guarantee it's going to be fixed. It's all going to be fixed. You're going to have no more problems. And
what I see in the notes is that he was saying that you needed an inspection, not that you promising that you were going to get new equipment.
I have proof that
this was for an inspection.
No, I have proof that he said that, ma'am.
Well, as I said, sir, I'm just going by the notes.
I'm just going.
So you were going to be sent to the service center for an inspection.
Okay, and I guarantee you, I have proof that he promised me that he would have equipment there. I got there and they said we don't know what you're talking about. We don't do thorough inspections. We don't do anything. All they did is here's what happened.
They do.
Okay, no, they don't.
They do.
They do not.
They do, sir. They do. We do this all the time. If the service center is not wanting to do an inspection, then you need to call us and let us know.
Stop talking. All right. I have proof Derek said that they were going to ship the equipment. Your company's lying about it. And when I got there, they said we don't do any thorough inspections. Here's what happened. One of your technicians told me on the 23rd, and I've got her name. I've got it somewhere. She told me on the 23rd. She said we can't get you in until the 29th. I said my battery's going to be dead. And then they're going to blame my battery. I said, can I disconnect my battery so it doesn't kill my battery? And she said yes. So when I had it towed, they said I got there and they said we don't have any equipment, we don't do any thorough inspections, and all they did was charge up my battery, and my battery started. They said if your battery was dead, he said it's going to die on the way home. It's fully charged now, but he said it's going to die on your way home, and if it doesn't, then there's nothing wrong with your car. I got the car home and it wasn't my battery. It had nothing to do with my battery. So then that was that.
Okay, so the note that I have from the service center is that they didn't find anything wrong with the equipment.
Ma'am, they don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. They all they did was charge up my battery. Okay, let's just go onward. Okay.
Okay, so as I said, I don't see any notes here that anybody told you were going to get new equipment. I see that you called many times stating that someone promised you new equipment, but no notes about new equipment.
Okay.
And the service center confirmed that there was nothing wrong with your equipment.
Ma'am, all they did was charge up my battery. They don't do. Let's just keep going, ma'am. I have proof that Derek said that they were gonna replace the equipment. Let's just keep going, okay? That was that particular instance, right? And then they were supposed to pay for they were supposed to pay for that tow, and they didn't pay for the tow.
Because if there's nothing wrong with the equipment, we don't pay for the tow.
What, ma'am? I'm not arguing with you about it. Well, how did the equipment drain my battery? How did the equipment fail to make me have it towed there? What was going on? How did the equipment? Why did I have to go there if there was nothing wrong with the equipment?
Because there could be something wrong, like with your car, your battery, which is what it looks like the service center told you, that you needed to keep the battery charged.
No, the battery was charged. The battery. All they did. You're not listening to me. They told me. They were going to. When I talked to Derek, he told me they were going to have the equipment there. He said it'll be there. He said, I guarantee it'll be there. He said,
Richard, I don't see any notes from anybody telling you that. I understand. You have told me this many times. And what I'm trying to tell you is I don't see any notes of anybody promising you a new equipment.
Okay.
I see many notes of you calling and saying that you were promised.
I recorded it, ma'am. You want to hear it?
Well, as I said,
you want to hear it?
I do not want to hear it. No.
Well, then don't deny it. Don't tell me that I'm lying. He told me that the equipment was going to be there.
I'm not saying that you're lying, sir.
You're
sometimes people misinterpret that thing.
I don't.
So I'm not saying that you're lying. Richard, what is the purpose of all of this? Is every time we discuss something, you tell me that you already
that I what
discussed this. So what is the point? I'm really trying to get to the point of your call. What is the point of
your equipment failed. Your equipment failed. Your equipment failed and caused me to lose my license. Your equipment failed again in November, and you had told me that you were going to replace the equipment in November, and all you did was charge up the battery. And then the thing failed again.
Because there was nothing wrong with the equipment.
Okay,
but that's something. Richard,
okay,
can you tell me?
Yeah, keep going, ma'am.
Like the reason for the call, because you said that you already discussed all of this.
Okay, no.
So what is the specific reason for this call?
Go to November. Go to April.
So if you want reimbursement
for
anything,
ma'am, stop talking.
You need to send us the receipt.
I did a week ago. Stop talking. Now go to.
We don't have them.
Stop,
Richard. We don't have them.
Ma'am, go to.
So you need to resend them because we don't have them.
Go to April 11th.
I don't see the purpose of this because
every
time I try to say something, you tell me that you already discussed this,
ma'am,
and to stop talking. So again, there's no point to this conversation. I'm trying to figure out the point of this whole conversation.
You go to April 11th. Your equipment failed for 16 days. I had to have it finally towed, and they replaced your defective equipment. Do you understand that? Got it now? On April 26th, you replaced your defective equipment.
Give me a second. I'm looking through your account. Give me a second. So it looked like on the 14th, you call saying that you got a sync message.
Right.
Let me look at the logs. 1 second.
They tried for 16 days to get it going. They finally had it towed, and they replaced your defective equipment.
So what I see here is that you had a dead battery for a very, very long time. That's why your vehicle wasn't turning on.
Ma'am, I had to stop talking.
That's what the dialogue is showing me.
Okay.
Sir, you need to stop telling me to stop talking, okay? Because you want me to answer questions.
Okay.
I'm trying to give you an answer. And when I give you an answer you don't like, you just keep saying, stop talking.
Well, no, you know what?
If you're not going to let me talk, I don't know why we're even talking.
Because you make no sense.
Very, very dead.
Because it wouldn't work. Because my car...
I'm looking at the data from the device. And your battery was very, very dead.
Take a look at April 26th. Yeah, go ahead, genius.
Let's see here.
The car wouldn't start. That's why my battery wouldn't start. My battery was very weak because the car didn't start for 16 days. Do you understand that? Now take a look. Take a look on the 26th that you replaced it.
Sir,
at Adam.
you need.
Okay.
Give me a second, please.
Okay.
Sir, I'm looking through the notes. Give me a moment, please. So it looks like when you called, you were refusing the inspection. You yourself requested new equipment.
When?
So nobody told you you needed new equipment. You refused inspection and asked for equipment.
When? I'm talking about April 11th.
That was in April.
April 11th. April 11th.
Talking about April as well.
I'm telling you that that your equipment failed on April 11th. I was having problems. I finally contacted your customer services later on in the week. It could have been. I contacted them on a Wednesday, and I got you people involved. They tried to troubleshoot it, and they couldn't get it done, and they made me have it towed. I went to a new place, and they replaced the equipment. This company, Adams, says you're a bunch of crooks. Keep going. Keep looking.
I am looking, and as I said, I see here that you refuse inspection. You demanded new equipment.
Inspection of what?
And I don't see any notes from the service center saying that they found the device faulty.
What service center? They replaced it. April 26th.
But because you demanded it.
No, they gave me all brand new equipment. Ma'am, would you?
Because you demanded it, sir.
Ma'am, you didn't. You make no sense. Here's what happened. On April 11th, I tried to. Ma'am, stop talking.
Sir,
stop talking.
It says here, sir, you asked me something, you need to let me answer. You demanded the new equipment. Nobody determined that the equipment was faulty. So you demanded this equipment on your own.
I demanded it. I demanded it in September. I demanded it in November. You didn't do it. You refused. Why would you all of a sudden send me brand new equipment for no reason? Keep going, ma'am. This thing died. This thing died on April 11th. I contacted you people, and I had numerous contacts with them. They couldn't get it going. That's because I couldn't start my vehicle. The thing, they told me that the sink, there was something wrong with the sink, and I talked to the tech support. Are you a tech support person? No. They told me, they said your sinking mechanism is broken. We're going to have to replace the equipment. So that they scheduled it. I didn't ask them. This thing just died on me. How can I use it? The thing wasn't even working at all. So for 16 days, I was without this vehicle. They finally towed it, and they replaced it on April 26th at Adams Automotive. They told me that you people are so criminal. Here's what you people tried to do. You tried to get me to pay $500. Adams wouldn't give you any credit whatsoever. So you people tried to get me to pay $500. They said, the only way that they can get it done by the 26th is you got to pay $500, but you send us the bill and we'll reimburse you. So, and I said, I'm not going to do that. So, and I argued with you, with your company, and Alex Killam called me and he said, just go to Adams Automotive on the 26th and we'll take care of the bill. That was before I got there. I showed up on the 26th. They said, we got the new equipment, and he said, we're ready to go. And then they contacted your company about payment, and they said, and they wouldn't give you any credit. They said, you're a bunch of crooks, that owes them thousands of dollars. They said, we're not paying you. So I argued with your company, and Adams Automotive argued with your company. You finally said, okay, we'll pay for it. So somebody gave him a credit card and allowed me to get the thing fixed. And these guys said they're a bunch of crooks. We said they owe us thousands of dollars. They do this all the time. He said we hate your company. Why don't you call them and have that verified too? Okay. That's what happened, man.
Well, I'm going to send this information to our team that works with Service Center. Because I don't understand if he hates us, why is he working with us? This doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't want it. No, ma'am.
If you did not pay for it, if you don't have to pay for it, what is the reimbursement that you're looking for?
I want the tow. And I want the tow from November when they told me when Derek told me he was going to replace the equipment and lied about that too.
Nobody told you that they were going to replace the equipment.
I have proof of it, lady.
Payment for the tow.
Yeah. I've sent it 3 times.
So we're back to the point number 1, which is that we don't have those receipts.
I've sent them 3 times.
You were sent.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault that you can't find them. I sent
Richard, please let me talk.
I sent Alex Killam a 32-page document that had pictures of all of my receipts. That's why I need to speak with him. But you won't let me. And then you're sitting here arguing.
That doesn't go there.
What doesn't go where?
That doesn't go there. I'm going to tell you where to send that and what do you need to
I sent it both.
There's a note here
I sent it both places. I sent it both places. I sent it both places.
Please let me finish.
Yeah.
Your receipts are not good, and I'm trying to explain to you what the receipt needs to have in order for them to be good.
Yeah.
So it needs to show the address that it was picked up from.
Yeah.
The address that it was taken to.
Yeah.
Then it needs to show how much they charge you and prove that you pay.
Yeah, I did that already. And what happened when I spoke to your people for the tow in November? They said we denied it, but wouldn't tell me why.
That's right. Because there wasn't an issue with the device.
What are you talking about?
If you want to try to submit the one from April, sir, I am sorry, Richard, but I am not going to keep discussing with you the same things that we already discussed. For the receipts from April, you need to resend them.
I already did.
A note from a couple of days ago say that you're missing the following information: where it was picked up from, where it was taken to, and proof of what they charge you, and proof that you pay.
I've done that already, ma'am. Why would they replace?
We don't have them. So
ma'am, why did they replace?
What email address did you send them to?
Whatever it was, invoices. What address was I supposed to send it to? Because that's the address I sent it to, and I also sent a copy to Alex Killam. You won't put me through. The only person that knows about the account, and what you're doing is you're forcing me to go over and over and over about stuff that's already been discussed. You're trying to defend your company about stuff that's already been resolved. Your equipment failed. That's why they replaced it. They didn't do it because I begged them to do it. I drove my car. Here's what happened. I drove my car 500.
Richard.
Yeah.
Richard, please just send those receipts.
I've done it 3 times, and
so they can review it.
You're just no.
But we don't have them.
Give me the address again.
The correct email address is invoices with an S at INTOXALOCK.com, and that is only for tow receipts.
That's the one that I sent it to.
That's where you need to send them.
That's what I did. That's what I did send it. I did send it to him. I sent it to invoices, and I sent the one in November on invoices. My car failed, and that's why I had to have it towed. If they were to replace the equipment in November, it wouldn't have failed again in April.
Sir, again, I am not going to talk about this.
I don't care.
We already discussed it.
The
invoices from April, you need to resend them because they're saying that they're incorrect. Make sure that you send them all in the same email address.
What's the
The tow receipts need to have where it was picked up from, where it was taken to, how much they charge you, and proof that you paid.
What do you mean proof that I paid?
And they'll review and make notes in your account.
What about November?
We already said that they did not approve that. There was nothing wrong with the equipment. And as I said, this is not up to me. They did not get approved. You can submit the ones from April to see if they get approved or not.
So why did I have my car towed in November? What was the purpose of that?
As I said, Richard, I am not going to discuss what we already.
I know you won't discuss anything. What you do is you steal money out of people's accounts. You steal money from people and then make it impossible to get any kind of. I can't discuss it with you because you have no idea what you're talking about. This thing failed. The thing failed in July and cost me my license. The thing failed again in November.
Sir, I am not going to keep discussing the same thing with you. If you have something else to tell me, fine. Otherwise, then our conversation.
No,
I've been on the phone with you for an hour.
And you've done nothing but waste my time. What you have to do is you got to get me through to Alex Killam of the Customer Advocacy Department. You know what? You telling me. We already
discussed that as well. I cannot do that.
Okay.
There's no need for that.
Okay.
You just need to resubmit your invoices to see if they get approved.
So in other words, you're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, huh? So are you telling me that Derek on November 23rd did not tell me that there was going to have brand new equipment when I got there? Is that you saying that that's the truth? I
don't see any notes about that.
I'm telling you, I've got a recording of it, ma'am. So are you telling me I'm lying?
As I said, I don't.
Well, I'll send it to you.
I'm not saying that you're lying. I'm saying that you misunderstood.
No, I didn't misunderstand anything. He guaranteed that if I only sent it there,
Richard, again, I apologize, but I've been on the phone with you going over things over and over and over again.
And
there's nothing that I can do about that if that was denied. That is not up to me.
I know.
Please resend the total receipts from April so they can be reviewed and see if you can get credit or not.
And what about the payment? You took out 3 payments instead of 2 in January. What about that?
3 payments on where?
January.
What month was that?
January.
January. So let's see here. I don't see 3 payments.
I do. Take a look.
It looks like
you took out 3 payments.
You paid twice, and we voided one of them.
You
so
what?
The payments are every other week, so you're going to get.
You took out 3 payments. You took out 3. You took out 3 payments in January, ma'am.
One of them was voided.
It was not. It was not voided. It was not voided. I've got it on my account. I've got it on my bank statement. What happened to your account? Here's what happened. I saw it happening on my phone. It was trying. Ma'am,
I'm looking at your account, and that payment was voided.
It was not
voided on the 25th.
It was not voided. It came out of my bank account, and Alex Killam has proof of that too. There was something wrong with your electronics because I was watching it on the phone. It says trying to process decline. It did it like 3 or 4 times. It did it over and over again, and then all of a sudden it took it. There was something wrong with your equipment that day. And you took out 2 payments. That my bank statement shows that, and I
see the payment voided.
It did not void.
If you go to your INTOXALOCK account, which I see that you have an account, you're gonna see that it was voided.
Ma'am, you're gonna go
to your INTOXALOCK.com account.
It doesn't matter. Your
look at it. You're gonna see that it was voided.
It was not voided because it wasn't voided. Your equipment failed, and it took it out of my account. You want me to send you my bank statement? I did. You've got it.
I don't want you to send your bank statement, sir.
Ma'am, don't tell me that it voided it when it took it out of the account. Your equipment was failing and was trying to process it, and I was watching on the phone. It's going decline. Then it said all of a sudden it said accepted. Then I look at my bank account statement and there's 3 payments you took out. Why did you take out 3 payments in June? How'd that happen?
Okay, you were asking me about January.
I'm asking about all kinds. I already told you about June once. You took it out. 3 payments in the last June. You took out.
Sir, we're in May,
and nothing's gotten resolved.
We're not no payment for June yet.
Nothing gotten resolved.
Sir, we are in May. There's no payments from June yet.
I'm talking about last June. Take a look at last June. You took 3 payments out.
Let's see. June. I don't see 3 payments in June.
Well, keep looking.
There was 1 payment on June 14, and then there was another one on June 28. That's about it.
No, that's not it.
Okay, Richard. Well, good luck to you, sir. You have
no, ma'am. I need help.
You need to resubmit those things. I cannot give you the credit. I don't do that. It's a different department, and they're saying they need to invoice it.
Ma'am.
So please make sure that you resend them.
What about June?
With the information that I just told you.
I've done that.
So you were not charged 3 times in June.
I did. I was charged 3 times in June. Alex Hill knows all about it. What's the matter with you?
You were not.
Yes, I was.
Sir, I'm looking at your account. And you were not charged 3 times.
I was charged twice. I was charged 3
You were not.
I was charged 3 times. I'm looking at my bank statement. I don't care about your files. Your files are all screwed up.